There's another story in Rakugo that is almost impossible to translate. Why is it impossible? Because there are so many details about the Japanese cultural things involved. It is really difficult to explain those things, even to Japanese people. Some old people might know about them, but it is almost impossible for young people. Still, if you live in Japan, and if you have heard anything related to these events, you can still enjoy. And another difficult part is the ending of the story. The ending usually has ochi or sage, that is the punchline to finish the story. One word is used that has two meanings. The word is mugeshou. Mugeshou na is an adjective. One meaning is careless. Mugeshou ni, carelessly. Another meaning of mugeshou is cruel or brutal. So mugeshou ni means brutally or cruelly, in a cruel manner. This word is used with the verb dotsuku. Dotsuku means to hit. It's Osaka's dialect. This man, leading character of the story, used to have a dog, but it died because he went out and started to bother the neighbors. One neighbor got angry and used a stick and hit the dog, and it died. When the dog was hit, it made a really sad sound, yelping, Y-E-L-P, yelp. That's a high-pitched sound caused by dogs in fear or in pain. And this sound in Japanese is kwan or kain. In the story, kwan is used. This is the sound of a dog in fear, barking really strongly. When the dog died, the leading character feels really sad and he says this word, mugeshou ni wa dotsuken monya. That means you shouldn't beat animals cruelly. And because this dog is dead, he feels sad and he wants to give some religious ritual for this dog. There's a festival called Higan, both in autumn and spring. It is a Buddhist festival that started about 1,000 years ago in Japan. It is held 3 days after and 3 days before the equinox day. It continues for 1 week, and in big temples, some religious rituals are held. In Shitennoji Temple, many people go there and give prayer to the family members who died some years before. And this man decides to go to Shitennoji Temple to comfort the dog's soul. He gives money to the priest. The priest chants a sutra to comfort the dead soul. And after that, he tolls the bell. If the bell is tolled skillfully, it makes a sound like gong. This one part is the reflection of sound. This man heard a priest tolled the bell, and it sounded really good. At the end of the sound, he heard his dog's voice. It is nothing but the reflection of the sound of the bell, but he thought his dog has come back, and he felt he wanted to hear the sound again. So he asked the priest to let him toll the bell. And after chanting a clumsy sutra, he tolls the bell. But his way of tolling is really careless, clumsy, sloppy beating. He probably hit the edge of the bell. It makes really strange sounds like kwang, not gong, but kwang. This is the same sound as the dog that yelped when he died. Then he says, mugeshou ni wa dotsuken monya. In this case, you shouldn't toll the bell carelessly. This is the end of the story. But even if you understand this, it is not enough to enjoy the story. There are so many religious events and strange customs and habits that go on in the story. So let me explain them now. The story goes on with the conversation of these two people. One person is an old man. He is admired by many people because he's knowledgeable. Many people come to talk to him and ask questions. And the other person is a young guy. He admires this older person to some extent, but he also wants to make fun of him. This older one enjoys talking with this young man. He knows that this young man often tries to make fun of him, but he kind of enjoys that too. This old person continues to explain many things about the Japanese culture and history and religion. So most of them are really difficult. I have heard some of them when I was a child. Most of the words you hear in this rakugo story are really old and difficult to understand. For example, there is a word called 10,000,000 okudo. 10,000,000 okudo. 10,000 means 100,000. Oku means 100 million. Huge number. This word means a place which is so far, far away. It means heaven. This old person mentions this word because he wants to talk about the importance of bell of the temple. The sound of the bell tolled reaches even 10,000,000 okudo. It reaches heaven because it is such a good sound. And this younger one makes fun of him and say, No. I live very close to this temple, but I've never heard of the sound of the bell. Well, the sound of the bell itself is not so loud. This old one wanted to say this sound is really precious and important. And he goes on to say that Buddhist priests can even lead you to this heaven, 10,000,000 okudo. And this younger one says, No. What are you talking about? The other day, I found one priest who was lost. He did not know how to get to the next street. You know, the one who does not how to get to the next street knows how to lead you to heaven. Oh, give me a break. There is a word you can hear here that is kaimyo. Kaimyo is the Buddhist name. Kaimyo is given after death. Precious, important name to send the dead person to heaven. And it is a very important source of income for many temples, many priests. Kaimyo often ends with something koji, something shinji. For women, something daishi, something shinnyo. We all know that it costs a lot of money. We don't want to spend so much money for such a thing. So it's not so common now, but still some people do it. And there's another word called zokumyo. Zokumyo is our real name. This young man wants to have the bell tolled to comfort the soul of his dead dog. Dogs are not given kaimyo, right? So he must use zokumyo. There are many things that appear in Shitennoji Temple, but I've never heard of them. One rare thing that appears is ponponseki. I think there is a kind of famous rock that gives strange sound, saying pon, pon, pon. If you get closer to this rock, you can hear your ancestors talking in heaven. There's a kind of a wheel or ring called limbo. It looks like a wheel and you are supposed to turn it. Yeah, turning it will improve your life, just like chanting a sutra. If you turn the wheel 3 times, it is almost the same as washing your hands once. They also talk about this famous pond in the temple. There are many turtles living there. This old one explains if you clap your hands, they will come to you. And this young one tries clapping their hands. The turtles come to the young one, is surprised. Wow, they come here. Did they used to work for hotels or restaurants? Now, if you are having a party at the restaurant and if you want to ask for something to the staff, you just call using the telephone inside the room. But people used to clap their hands. What he said was these turtles used to work for hotels. It's a bad joke. Along the road leading to the building with the bell, there are many shops selling many things like toys and sushi. Yes, there's one man who's shouting and making Edo-style sushi. There's a person who's selling kind of top made of bamboo and demonstrating how to spin the top. There are a lot of explanation and talks about traditional things, religious things. I don't understand most of them, but I'm sure if you ask some old people who are over 70 or 80, they might know about this. When I was about 10 years old, I heard this story for the first time. I did not understand anything, but I kind of enjoyed the atmosphere of these two people talking to each other and joking. After a lot of explanation, they reach the place where the bell is tolled. I did not understand the last punchline of the story. It was so hard for a 10-year-old boy. Now I understand, but I think you don't have to understand this. This is an old story, and I kind of like it, but I don't know if it is important or not. And translating this story is out of the question. Thank you very much for listening to the end.